Back with another tutorial. This time we're going to do a simple stroke effect on block text. Let's get started with a new composition. And I have a background layer, so I'm going to go ahead and drag this in. And then let's go ahead and put that on our timeline. And now we need text. So let's go ahead and add our text. The best thing to do would be a sans serif block text. And it will highlight the stroke a lot better than a sans serif. And there we have our two words. Let's go ahead and scale these. To scale them, I can just click on a layer and then S on my keyboard to scale each of these. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to do a preset. So let's do 300. And then click my other layer, S for scale, 300. And I can just toggle this off now. There we go. So we can't really see these. Let's bring these down so they're both on our composition. And let's go ahead and align these. So hold down your shift key, click both layers, and then come over here to align. And we're going to align to our composition, center. Now both of them are centered on our stage. Now we're ready to animate. So let's do the top one first. We'll go to click on our different, and then we're going to right click, create shapes from text, and it pulls up a new layer. Expand that layer, and then click add. And we're going to do trim paths. And now we have a trim path down here. You can ignore all of the individual letters. We're only worried about this option. Now that we have the trim path, what we want to do is we want to create outlines. So come up here to the top, click fill, and we're going to say goodbye to fill. But stroke, we do want a stroke. It's going to be a solid stroke. And we can even change the color. Let's make it white. And let's also change the size of it. We'll make it 5 pixels. There we have a solid stroke. Now what we can do is we can expose our trim path. Now what I want to do is I'm going to set the endpoint to 0. And when I did that, I removed our outline. See what's happening? You can see where we're going. So now I'm going to click start and I'm going to create a keyframe. To create a keyframe, you just click on this stopwatch right here. And that sets a start point. Now use your timeline indicator, drag it all the way to the end of your timeline or to the position that you want to end. And you can set this now to 100%. Now as I drag through, you will see the stroke happen. Okay, that being done, we have to do the same thing to the second layer. So scroll down, click, or actually up, I guess. Yep, stroke. One more time, right click, create shapes from text, expand that layer, then click add, trim paths. Come down, make sure your trim path is selected, and we're going to turn off fill. We're going to keep the stroke as a solid. We're going to change the stroke to white. And then we're going to add 5 pixels. Then you come down to trim paths, expand that. You can set your endpoint to 0. Then create a keyframe on your start. Make sure your timeline indicator's at the beginning. Then we drag it all the way to the end. And we set the endpoint to 100. And now we should have an outline.